some of the key people who have supported us, or key people who are highlighted in the NHS, ambulance service, fire service, and so on, and giving them some face time with you. So I'll ask the presenter to come up, and they will say a little bit about themselves, and then I'll give a bit about the person who's won the award, and the award will be handed. The person who wins the award, you've got your 2 seconds of fame. You come up and you say something that you want to say about, you know, this wonderful award, your life, or anything at all. You can thank your mother, God, the cat, the dog. Do the Oscar speech, fall over, cry, all of that. But remember, you've got other people coming on behind, so don't do it too long.
And when people don't know what they're doing, you educate them. And part of the role of the union is to educate people who don't know what they're doing. But increasingly, we realise that none of that makes a lot of sense unless you actually celebrate the people who are doing the right thing, who are both succeeding in leadership and management and are working for organisations that are supporting people to do the same. So tonight is about doing the right thing, and that's to celebrate people doing the right thing. And I hope you enjoy this evening as much as I know I'm going to. Okay, thank you very much.
Everybody having a good time so far? Yay! That says it all, really. So the first person I'm going to ask is Anne Radmore, who is Chief Exec of the London Ambulance Fire Service. I'm going to ask... Ambulance Service. Anne, will you join us? Tell them a little about you.
This is quite daunting without a microphone. Anyway, thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me to start this evening. So my name is Anne Radmore. I'm the Chief Exec of the London Ambulance Service. I've been there for 9 months, so I'm still very, very new. And I'm delighted that Ricky's brought me here this evening, because one of the things that struck me when I came into the London Ambulance Service is that we don't reflect the population of London.
Thank you so much, Anne. Thank you for coming, and I know that you'll have to leave us shortly. Well, I've got a wonderful gentleman for you to present an award to, an Embrace Award to. This is somebody who has been in the NHS for many years, has had a lot of work around the Clinical Leadership Network. He's beginning to know who he is now. And he is somebody who also runs the British Association of Physicians of Indian Origin, an organization which has supported Indian doctors throughout. And the embrace goes to him, particularly for his leadership in networking. So can I have Rajan Maddock? Where's our photo caller? Can never have him when you need him. Okay, Rajan, over to you.
I've got 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Thank God, everybody.
Well, I'm not used to these things, so I asked a colleague who's more used to these things, what does one do in these circumstances? So he told me you should be prepared for 2 speeches, a short one and a long one. So let me give you the short one. Thank you. And if it doesn't work, I'll give you the long one. Thank you very much.
Big round of applause. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Anne. Well done, Rajan. The next award goes to somebody, again, for leadership in networking. And the Ambulance Connection is there. This is somebody who has worked with the National Confederation, but also has done a great deal of work with the Ambulance Service Association and their BME Forum. And the embrace goes to Mohammed Yogi. Before you say your piece, I'm going to ask Shegan Oladakan to come to the audience and introduce himself.
My name is Shegan Oladakan, and I work with the CQC, and I've been involved in the National BME Network from the very beginning.
Will you present to Mohammed?
Thank you, Shegan. Congratulations.
I just want to say a quick word. I think there's nothing better than being nominated by your peers. There's plenty of people in this room, in particular Carol, who over the years, and plenty of others, you know who you are, who've helped me over the years. So thank you very much.
Well done. Thank you, Mohammed. In making the nomination, the citation said something about you being Mr. Fix-It, Mohammed. So I hope that is true. And we'll be calling on those skills at some point. Can I ask Zoita Manning to join me? Zoita, some of you may know, is the chair of the Managers in Partnership and has done a lot of work around trade unions. I'm going to ask her to introduce herself and tell you about what she does.
Okay. Thanks, Joe. Joe said I'm chair of the Managers in Partnership Union, which is a union for healthcare, senior healthcare managers. The specialist branch of Unison, and we've also sponsored tonight's event. I'm very proud to be the chair of the union. The union is very important, and we support people through very difficult times. I'm sure we've probably supported some people in this room here. My day job is a commissioning manager at the Clinical Commissioning Group. That's all about me.
Wonderful. Round of applause. So, Zoe, you have the pleasure of presenting to Anne Cato, who is a nurse in Southampton. She may be surprised that she's won this, but none of her network will be surprised, because one of the things that they said about her is that she gives so much to the BME network, and this award is specifically for leadership in networking. We know that you established your network in Southampton. We also know that you stepped down as chair. So knowing when to leave and not just to hold on to that, that's one of the reasons that we decided to honour you today. So please come to the stage.
Oh, I don't know what to say. This is unexpected. I just want to say thank you to my committee members for nominating me over there. And I want to say thank you to my husband as well, he's over there, for allowing me to support staff at my house when they're having difficulties and to signpost them. And thank you very much. Committee members, please stand up. And my husband over there. Thank you very much. I feel honored. Thank you.
The next award is for community development and social responsibility. And some of you may know that we have a long-standing relationship with the Tutu Foundation UK, and we are working with it. We have Peter King here later on. He'll be here. He's one of the trustees. And my own chairman, Dr. Isaac John, is also a trustee of that organisation. And I just had the pleasure of returning from South Africa last week, where we were at the Peace Lecture for Desmond Tutu, hosted by Kofi Annan. And it's a great organisation with great aspirations. And its chief exec has done so much in the past and is still doing so much. Some of you will know her from the ambulance service. Some of you will know her in other guises in the NHS, doing work around equalities in Sussex Partnership Trust. But she is a stalwart. She's somebody who puts so much energy into absolutely everything she does. And she's a great person and is very giving. And Alex, can you join us? And I'd like to ask John Restel, to just make the presentation.
Do you want me to say something more about myself?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, just to say I'm still really enjoying this evening.
Fantastic. Thank you, John. Thank you, Alex. Alex, will you say something?
Well, thank you very much. It's a tremendous honour, and if I may, I'd like to accept this and dedicate it to Mrs. Leah Tutu, who turned 80 last week. Many of you will know she trained as a nurse, and she is the inspiration for much of our work. She, like you, has made her kitchen table a place of safety where people could be heard into healing in some of the most difficult times in South Africa's history. Her and her husband, Desmond Tutu, have been an inspiration to our work to support people to speak truth to power, to be consistent and constructive. And we hope that one day we will see truth and reconciliation here in the NHS, protecting our patients, putting humanity back into the NHS, the humanity that our families have given so much to build in our National Health Service. So thank you, and I dedicate this to the Tutu Foundation.
Fantastic. Thank you both. The next couple of awards are to nurses. And of course, as we know, nurses are the majority of the organisation. And they give so much to patients, they give so much to families, and of themselves, they give a lot. And right now, the rhetoric around nurses is not good. You know, all of a sudden, it seems that everybody is blaming nurses for all of the negative outcomes. You know, and I don't like the rhetoric right now. It's very negative. So let's pick it up. We have two nurses that we're going to honour, and I'd like Mr. Bola Akindele to come forward from Courtville Business Solutions to give the first award. Big round of applause for him.
Friends of Joel, friends of the UK, friends of the Caribbean, generally friends of the world. We're Africans, we're West Africans, and we are very, very proud to be here. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you, Bola. And we're going to ask you to present an award to Beverly Baker. Beverly's a nurse in the West Midlands who's given a great deal to nursing. She came up as a nurse and trained as a nurse, and she's done quite a lot of work with BME networks in the area that she works, in the West Midlands. She's a ward manager, and they tell me that she gives a great deal of herself, and she is one of, like many of the Caribbean nurses who I've had the pleasure to know, is always giving more than she really has. So a warm welcome to Beverly. Beverly, if you could come up here.
Thank you. Well, what can you say? I don't normally need to speak at a microphone because I'm quite used to projecting my voice. A little bit shaky today. I was nominated by Zoe, who I've worked with 18 years ago, who's trying to work it out when we actually met. And yes, I've actually been promoted since, so I'm now a matron.
Whoa.
For trauma notices. I would like to share a poem, but I don't want to in breach
Do
of
we,
the time.
do we have time? Do we have time?
Okay, if you
Sounds
wanna
like
hold
we
this.
have time.
And it's called What Do You See When You Look at Me? What do you see when you look at me? Is it a big black brash woman who's hard to keep in order? Or is it a confident professional who is proud, assertive, and engages in those around her? I'm ambitious and proud, and like most would like to climb that corporate tree. But what do you see when you look at me? From the onset I've been out there, loved to be in the limelight, so joining the NHS, it was an achievement which gave me sheer delight. Imagine this young girl with the future at her feet. I was so proud in my beige cheesecloth dress. My chest was as high as a kite. I'd achieved this position and I'd done it by myself. My parents set the foundation and supported me all the way. I'd overhear them tell their friends, she's a nurse, you know.
Perhaps the one person in the universe that doesn't know you, could you tell the rest, remind the rest of us?
I was really worried about following another brother. But you know what? You inspired me. And I was worried about following Rajan when he said he was going to keep his speech short, because I don't know short. I'm Jack Tarsing, and I worked for 30 years in the fire service. That's the history. I've now worked for 6 to 8 years in the NHS, and I'm so proud of being in the NHS. You all do so much. BMA House. Has it seen so many black people? Stand up and applaud. Will this house ever see so many black people walk out with awards? I don't think so. And to the sponsors, thank you. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. To the organisers, Joe, Surinder, Nolan, Dr. Isaac, you know, these things don't just happen. There is a tremendous amount of work given by people who volunteer their services, volunteer their time. And, you know, you just cannot put that into how much it's worth. So can we just say thank you to everybody that's made this.
Well done.
So now all I've got to do is stand aside and say thank you to the person who's received the award.
Well done, Jack. And let's keep the Birmingham theme going, shall we? And I'm from Birmingham, you know. I don't sound like it, but anymore.
Birmingham, Liverpool, London, wherever he is.
Too much fumes from the Thames. I kind of lost it on the way. Joy Jeffrey, another great nurse, and we're going to honour her today. One of the things that jumped out in the citation was that she completed the Office for the Deputy Prime Minister's Service Leadership Scheme. And also, I think you've taken people to the United States, or were chosen to be part of a delegation in recognition of the work that you were doing, and represented this country in that country. So, Joy, please join us.
Well, how do I follow this? And particularly after hearing Beverly's inspirational poem. First of all, I'd like to say thank you, like everyone else, to the organisers of this wonderful event. And yes, I'm still enjoying it, and certainly enjoying the food. But most of all, I'd like to say thank you to the many, many nurses in the NHS who are very often unrecognised, undervalued, and certainly not appreciated. This award I would dedicate to all of them. Thank you.
Thank you. The next gentleman is a member of our board. He's Assistant Deputy Finance Manager in Kent. So, Aflaq, where are you? I haven't seen you for a while. Aflaq Khan. Big round of applause.
Thank you, Joel. Just like to say again, thank you very much for this evening, and wonderful venue, and I'm sure everyone's having a lovely time. It is great to see that we can secure a venue like this for so many people here that have come from all over the country. And I do hope this is the start of this network's outreach and further success as we go forward. We're in our infancy, but due to the good work of my colleagues here, we are hoping that this network continues to grow and is a success going forward. So
Thank you. Well done. Stay there. And the embrace goes to somebody who's done a great deal of work supporting black and minority ethnic individuals in difficulties. And she's the lead professional officer for the Unite the Union. She is nominated by the Nigerian Nurses Charitable Association. She's well known to them, and she's well known to me because when we were planning these awards, she was one of the first people we came to, and she gave us a lot of great deal of advice. So for that, we really are grateful. So Obi, can you join us? Take it first.
Thank you. To be invited to come to an event like this is an honour and a real pleasure. To be nominated is fantastic. To actually get one, it's brilliant. Thank you so much to everybody for inviting me into the membership, because, you know, in terms of the people who've stood up here tonight already, I'm not sure how many are to come, you know, that's a great group to be in. Work is hard for all of us. I mean, in terms of your poem, I think that resonates throughout the room. Everybody's recognises that, everybody's heard that, everybody's felt that. That was really powerful.
Actually, Joel and Isaac have already introduced me, so I don't think I need to say very much, but I'm one of the trustees of the Tutu Foundation UK. In my day job, I'm a lawyer, buying and selling companies, but I'm also chair of our pro bono committee, which organises the work we do for no fees for charities and other people who need that sort of work. So I'm very pleased to be here tonight.
Thank you, Peter. And you are going to present an award to a very beautiful person, beautiful inside and out, somebody who's given so much to me and to the network and to her organizations. And her particular area is organizational development and communications. And I got to know her through the Road to Success program. And that program was all about making sure that individuals who were stuck at that band 5 and 6 level where ethnic minorities get stuck in the NHS needed to be able to have the skills, the confidence, and a little boost to move them forward. So the award is specifically for innovation in leadership and promoting black and minority ethnic individuals into those top grades. And it goes to Raj Bamba.
Gosh, it's embarrassing to be up here, and thank you very much indeed. I'm normally at that side of the podium actually presenting awards to people, and I present them because of the good work that people like Joel and Isaac and Aaron do actually, and actually in St. Peter's, which is where I was until a few months ago. So I think I want to start off by thanking the three of you, and I'm sure everybody in this room is as well. So
thank you. Okay, our next award goes for community development and social responsibility again. And this person is somebody I've known for many years, and she works for Brighton and Sussex University Hospital Trust, where she's done a great deal of work in equalities. But the commendation goes for the work that she's done in Zambia, and she's of Zambian origin. And she's taken nurses to Zambia, she's trained individuals, she's supported children, she's sat on the board of a Ford with Cassandra Blowers. And to give the award, I'm going to ask Arun Gupta to join me.
Thank you very much.
That's it.
I don't really know
what to say, but I think most of us BME people are of African diaspora, and I belong to an organisation called Afford. And what I wanted to tell all of you is that I went to some fantastic training, and we are one of the biggest NGOs in the world. And to give you an example of that, 64 billion pounds was sent to Africa in remittances last year. So it's just an amazing thing. It's new on the agenda, and what I'd really like to do is say a round of applause for all the doctors and nurses that are working here tonight that can't actually be here to join us. So thank you.
Thank you.
When I asked Joel this evening what this morning what we should be dressed as, he said a line suit. Maybe I shouldn't dress in national dress to be able to welcome you on stage.
Well done, Henry.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Do you want to look that way for your award? He's waiting for his flash.
Well done.
Thank you.
I'll say thank you very much. Earlier this year, I think summer, so I had the privilege of shaking hands and taking picture with Sarinda when he came to our trust for the Celebrating Diversity Award. What do you call that? I've forgotten. Joy, you know that better.
Diversity and inclusion.
I'm shocked. I didn't actually think I'll come and stand here, although I dressed up to look like a black man. And I know it's Black History Month, and I thought that's probably the reason.
And you have achieved something marvellous, becoming the chair of the union. I'm very, very proud of you.
For the great work that you have done, and I'm sure we're going to get many, many, many more years of great work to come. So, thanks very much.
I am so lucky to be receiving this wonderful award from people who recognise the importance of what I've spent my life doing. I just want to say I'm 63 years old, and it's made it worth it, because it's not been an easy road, I have to say, but it's one which I've thoroughly enjoyed. I wouldn't have been where I have been, where I've got to, without the support of every one of you, everybody in the audience. I'm just sorry how it has had to leave, and all the lovely people I see here. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
There is no point, getting together, having these networks, and that's the message which I would like you to go. And that's what, Nola has done her whole life, and I'm very proud to be presenting you that award, Thank you very much.
Who would have thought that twice retired from the NHS and the department now, I could still be putting things like this together. I am so grateful. The things you do early in the morning, early in your career, throughout your career, you don't do it because you think you're going to get an award. You do it because that's what you want to do. You want to see other people developing and prospering. When I worked at the Department of Health, ladies and gentlemen, I went for 6 months and stayed for 10 years. And when I worked there, I had an informal program of shadowing. You come up and see what happens up here. You too can make this happen. So, I'm not going to know. This has been a pleasure meeting you. Brought my daughter with me. I don't travel alone anymore, as I'm now 70, But I have to tell you, if I had my time again, I would do it again. Thank you so much.
I've always wanted to be, I started as a healthcare assistant and now I'm a clinical site nurse practitioner. We all know that working in NHS is not a glamorous job, it's very stressful, demanding, but sometimes you wish you have an extra pair of hands so you can just finish all the things that you have to do. But one thing that would always stay with me, and that was Joel that taught me, is that every situation is a win-win situation. So if you finish at 12 hours, very stressful, exhausting, you still go home and chance to have a warm bath, have a glass of wine, or watch a recorded program. But those patients that you looked after has been told that they've only got a few months. But those families have been told that their family member, their loved ones will be taken away. So every time I go to a patient, I look to them as like they're my family. And that is what NHS is about. If everybody would be doing that, doesn't matter what age you are or where you came from, I think we've achieved what NHS wants. High standard of care and, excellent care. And I'm so proud to be in NHS, and I'm so proud to be part of BME. Thank you.
Thank you very much for attending the first ever Embrace Award, and we hope to see you next year. Thank you.
We want to thank you very much for giving us the privilege to host some of our workshops. We are very grateful. I spent the night in London by Joel to make sure that everything, and we were walking things through last night, we were double checking this and we were crossing this and so on. So I want everybody to give Joel a round of applause. I'm sure that you enjoy the music, and Elliot and his band. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Staff here at BMA House, they have done us proud, and with the meal and the service and so on we have received. Most of all, I want to say thank you for coming, because if you didn't come tonight, you couldn't have this Embrace Award. And I'm so delighted, so happy to see so many of you here. And the fact that all our tables are filled, the fact that we see so many friendly faces, and we want you to continue to support the network. So I want to say thank you and give yourself a big
I must tell you that he came by my house last night and he went to sleep about 9:30 and I was up till all that driving. Okay, now the entertainment, the band will be back here. Elliot, are we going to have a brief interlude next door first?
No, we're going to...
You're going to come straight in?
We need you to listen to Nicole.
Okay, Nicole, please, welcome.
Some people live just for fame. Some people live for the power I have. Some people just some people think that physical things divide. What's within that before that I suppose some people want it all, don't want nothing at all. It ain't true, baby. I gotta go, baby. Some people want the calories, some just some people search for promises forever love. Some people need another love. That's the only way to put it some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't true, baby, I gotta go, baby. Some people want the diamonds, some just some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't true, baby, I gotta go, baby.